All this time, I could not figure out why I just had a thing up my arse for Miss Raggedy Ann. I cannot pinpoint why it was that I did not like her. But now I see why. Now I see why. Because just like her name, she's given most definitely raggedy. Okay. And see, the thing is, the very, very funny thing is that if anybody was to bring up, then it would be World War #4. Baby, let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
Shawty, come and swing my way. We ain't gotta waste no time now, baby. Put that all in my face. I just wanna bump and grind on you. On you, on you. Put you on my face. Shawty, come and swing my way.
I want people to have fun. Let's kick back. Let's get into a little tea. Let's not get too crazy, but let's enjoy the sip.
Clock that tea.
But let's get to the chi-chi, the kiki, the internet bull.
You ain't nothing to see, a little Mr. Child Dinner ain't nothing to me. Why so serious? I like girls, I'm curious.
Girl, it's 1 minute in, and this song is all we've heard has been this. But the song is goddamn 2 minutes and 50 seconds, and already it's been playing for a minute, and all we heard has been this. Mariah Lynn, at what point you gonna come on? And she's still talking. She's still talking.
I walk into. I really want to have fun this season. I feel like a lot of people misjudged me because,
AKA that petition.
Why you keep getting away? Why you keep getting away?
He looking at her like, because you getting beat up. Slim. They not getting in the way, Slim. They trying to save you.
But y'all looking at me. We're just making sure you're okay.
I'm okay.
All right, we're making sure Auntie is okay. That's all.
You need some more tea in your cup.
Listen.
What the is this?
No, because it ain't no tea in her cup. We already know that it is brown liquor. Talking about tea in a cup. Maybe they should have called this the Aunt Hennessy podcast. Maybe they should have called it that. The Aunt Malt Liquor podcast. The Aunt Colt 45. The Aunt Corona.
I'm about 6'5".
Oh my God, I'm wet. What is going on, y'all? It's Santana, aka Chi, and we are back for another Baddies tea video, I guess, but more so, let's talk about it because, girl, we got to talk about it. Okay, I feel like none of these videos that I'm doing today about to get monetized because the way that y'all are pissing me off. Okay, and this video will most definitely relate to the netta video that I will be putting up after this. But let me just say, Ms. Raggedy Ann. Ms. Raggedy Ann. Okay, y'all might know her as Asian doll. Girl, her name is Raggedy Ann. That's the type of doll she is. I knew it was something I did not like about this girl. I knew it was something I did not like about her. And I always be, I be giving my little predictions. I be giving my little feelings or whatever. And y'all really, some of y'all get it. But then some of y'all don't get it. But yeah, I'm always proving to be right. And so I'm not going to say this is totally why I don't like this girl. This little tea that we about to get into, it's not 100% the reason. I'm sure there's going to be more other things to come out because, I mean, listen, if you just a trash mother, then you a trash mother, okay? It don't stop at one garbage bag. It don't stop at one hefty. I'm sure that there's going to be other things that come out as to why I don't like this hoe. But this is definitely a leading charge in the race. And if you want to know what I'm talking about, baby, go ahead and like this video so we can get into it. Because I promise you, we're going to be here for a little minute because we're going to talk. Okay?
You've got my body.
By the way, before we go ahead and get all the way into it, be looking out for my new song called Anti-Love Song that will be dropping, child, when I say so. Okay. And make sure that y'all go over to patreon.com/Santana and go ahead and sign up. Okay. I'm thinking about merging all the tiers. So I'm just announcing it now so nobody's caught off guard. I'm thinking about merging the tiers so that, it's just one common price, because I'll discuss that on Patreon. Okay, so please, if you are already on Patreon, just be looking out for a video that's coming to where I break it down, because I want everybody to understand what's going on. I'm thinking about merging the tiers all into one. That way, everybody has access to all the content. Okay, so if you want an upper tier, it's going to be a little bit more affordable for you. If you want a lower tier, it's going to be slightly more, but everybody's going to have access to the content. I'm highly considering it before the Patreon gets to a place to where like it's so many people and then it gets, you know what I mean? But we'll talk about that over on Patreon. Okay, the rest of y'all hoes that's not already over there subscribed, I don't know why, girl. It's a ball. We having a party. It's a key and a half. Okay, and you're only getting half the tea if you ain't over there. But let's go ahead to this hoe. Let's get to dragon. Shall the dragon begin? Okay, listen. I told y'all it was a reason I did not like Miss Asia, Miss Teriyaki. Oof. Oh. Wait. Y'all. Hold on. Hold on. Because I was about to go in. I was really about to go in. Like go in with this video, but I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do that because it's somebody of Asian descent in my home right now, and like I don't want them to think I'm being racist towards them. So I just realized that as I was about to go in. I was like, let me yeah, maybe I should have waited to do this video. But we still gonna talk. Okay. We just gonna call her Raggedy Ann for the course of this video. Because I don't want to listen, I'm not trying to be canceled at home. Okay. But let's go ahead and get into it. So Raggedy Ann posted this tweet. Now, mind you, I don't know how old the tweet is. I really don't give a damn because it's still her sentiments. It's still the way that she felt. Okay. She posted it on Twitter. Okay, and it clearly wasn't deleted, at least not to the point where people was able to go up and screenshot. So it's the fact that, listen, she says, I wonder, did women in the 90s generation go through a phase where all they men acted sassy or dressed feminine? Now, she was responding to a post of somebody saying Duke Dennis rocking the crop top effortlessly. And again, I'm going to repeat. Raggedy Ann said, I wonder, did women in the 90s generation go through a phase where all they men acted sassy or dressed feminine? Mind you, she's asking this very, very homophobic directed question while wearing a whole rainbow get up inside of her photo. Let me go ahead and go through the comments. I guess we'll never know, Asians, or I wonder if women in the 90s look like a man with a full face of makeup. Oh, and to the women who hate trans women, look at that. A bio cisgender woman going through transphobia. Oh, because there's a lot of dummies out there that don't think it affects them. Baby, listen. Transphobia happens to more than just trans women. It also happens to biological, natural born women as well. As you can see. Okay? But I'm sorry. A comment like that, now it's open season. Like I said, now that it's open season, she lucky that we not opening the casket. Because as much as she like to bring Vaughn up, baby, we could dig him up. Stop playing. This is going to be one of them videos where people just going to unsubscribe. Stop playing. Because this is the thing that I hate that black women do. that I hate that black women do. And yes, it's a black woman thing. It's a black woman thing. We are all black people. At any other time, y'all not afraid to mention black this, black that, black that. So it's a black woman thing. I'm not even going to try to sugarcoat it and make it seem like it's an all women thing. It's not. It's black women. It is. It is. It is. It very much is. And then y'all don't understand the variable and the role that you play when it comes to homophobia. You don't understand why these men be acting the way that they be acting towards you. And mind you, it's never all, but it's always some. And it doesn't mean that because of attitudes and behaviors and comments like this, that is solely the reason why men act the way they do. No. But there are things called cause and effect. Every situation, has an action and then there's a reaction. And so this is just one part of the equation, right? You have somebody that's sitting here that's pandering to the gay community, probably cosplaying as being bisexual to keep them in, because that's usually what it is. That's usually what it is. I can name 1,001 pop stars that all done went bisexual just to pander to the gays or to try to keep a boyfriend. Okay, like how many of y'all in real life try to experiment for fun and bring a girl into the room? Let's have a threesome. Oh, I'd do anything to please my man, daddy. That's daddy right there. That's my black king. Doing all of this shit. But then 10 seconds later, you'll turn around and be like, bitch, I beat my son if he was gay. I'd rather have a thought daughter than a gay son. Please, because we could really talk about it, and we about to. So let's keep going through the comments. She never heard of the 70s and the 80s. We acting like this is a new thing. Go back to the 80s and 90s. Flared pants and crop tops are older trends, so yes. And women's supposed to be feminist. Because that's a whole other conversation too, about where femininity really started from and who really created it. But okay. This isn't a new style for men. Google is free. She's actually right. It's a bad example for the kids watching him. People forget the 80s happened. Oh, and just to back it up a little bit, because there's always one smart bitch in the comments. I'm not saying that femininity came from trans women. No, trans women, we are just like biological women, and we fall right under the same, game matrix. Same thing, but femininity was started by men. A lot of the things that we're introduced to, even from birth, is to be controlled by a male, or to, get up under the male gaze. Maybe we live in a patriarchy. That's why shit is so up now. Okay, but that's a conversation for another day. This is literally a clothing style for men from the 80s. It was very common for male athletes to wear crop tops then. Here's what I will say. Okay, here's what I will say, because I am a realist and I do see all sides. Come on, 777. Everybody say hey, spirit. Say hey, spirit. Okay. Oh, and speaking of Prince, let me bring his gay ass up. Okay, because see, that'd be my thing. I don't understand how homophobia was ever a thing when y'all had motherfuckers like Prince, like Elvis, like Lil Richard, like Michael Jackson. I'm sorry, I did not have to hear any of their music to look at them and be like, oh, that's a faggot. This video definitely not getting monetized, but I meant what I said. Like I didn't have to hear their music to look at them and be like, oh. And I didn't need an explanation. Oh, this is them. This is their art. Now, I'm not saying that they actually were, but the point of me bringing all of them up is the fact that they were extremely overtly feminine, and yet nobody batted an eyelash except them. Nobody batted an eyelash except them. But yeah, homophobia was still running rampant. Like, how that work? Prince your favorite artist, but then you sit here talking about you would beat your child if he was gay. How does that work? How does that work? I don't understand how that works. I don't. Okay. But at the same time, I can also understand that in 2024, men are a lot more vocal. But I mean, are they really more vocal, or is it just that their vocals are being heard around the world a little bit more? Because I mean, since the beginning of time, it seemed like women been on platforms, and y'all know I mention this every single video, how, everything that I watch is ran by women, consumed by women, spoken about by women, passed along, spread word of mouth by women. Like Basketball Wives, Love and Hip Hop, Real Housewives of Atlanta, everything on Bravo, Flavor of Love, child. We could go all the way back. Women been forever having conversations. That's why I like when people try to be like, oh, abolish the microphones from men. Let's do it from the women as well. Let's do it from the women as well. Because objectively looking, okay, at both sides, all of y'all sound dumb because nobody is truly taking accountability or responsibility for anything. If I'm a woman inside of a salon, I'm sitting here talking about how men are dogs, how niggas ain't shit. And you got other women that's sitting there agreeing with me like, oh, girl, you too pretty anyways. You look better than his next. You know what I mean? Oh, another one going to come and he going to treat you like a queen. Oh, he didn't deserve you. No, how about, you know, the girl had some stuff wrong with her. How about the girl wanted to, you know, lay up on her ass, didn't have a job, wasn't trying to work, wasn't trying to do anything with her life and just thought that this man was going to do everything for her. Okay. And then got mad when he expected her to, you know, have a clean house and food on the stove and whatnot when he came home. Now, not saying that that's every woman's situation, but y'all like understand what it is that I'm trying to say. It's like there are situations that could happen, but both sides overlook it depending on the narrative that's trying to be spun. Men look out for other men and women look out for other women. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't, but the problem is that there's no accountability on either side. But yet all you ever hear is, oh, abolish microphones when it comes to men and men are toxic and then women are just as violent. And that's why I have Asian doll up on the screen because listen, in 2024, y'all sitting here like, oh, it's a sassy apocalypse. And like, let's be real. Sassy is the new way of calling these men gay. Y'all have found a cute and creative way to try and call these men gay or call these men DL. I just finished watching matter of fact, let me go ahead and bring it up. Okay, because since we about to bring Erica the number up in a second, let me go ahead and bring it up. Did I go ahead and save the video? Did I save the video? I might have to go to my watch history. Where's my watch history? Hold on. Let me take y'all out of my business. Go like this video again while I find it.
These bitches is washed. I am the soap and these rats ain't involved. Been saying shit since out in mama's garage. They hate to see that a bitch finally on top. Stop. Keep watching my social media. Changing my Wikipedia. This journey to the top and tedious. I will stop from video. Who got the trench? Who got the ranch? Who got the weed? And they all going up for me. I'm tryna party, let's get naughty. Twerk your body, work this party. I'm tryna party, let's get naughty. Twerk your body, work this party. How? Who got the trench? Who got the ranch? Who got the weed? And they all going up for me.
Understand that having your pet.
I couldn't even find what it was that I was looking for, but basically it was a TikTok of this nurse basically talking about how in Houston, Texas, that there's a bunch of people with HIV and whatever. And then she ends the video bringing up gay men and down low men. And y'all just don't understand how toxic that is, especially in 2024. Do I want to get it? I don't know if we'll see what Erica has to say, because I know she definitely spoke on that, and I might swing back around to that point of the topic. Because it's definitely not true. Just this whole stigma in 2024 that HIV is a gay thing. I don't want to misquote, so I'll wait to I dive deeper into that. Okay, but I do want to bring up this right here of Erica. Okay, because sometimes it's, maybe it's the messenger. Okay, so let me go ahead and bring y'all a straight, as in heterosexual, cisgender, as in biological woman who's a true ally, not just for show. Okay, not just for show, not just to be, in the comments, oh my God, I love you so much. But then the second that you get pissed off, you calling somebody a man in a wig, you calling somebody a motherfucking pegged. No, like a true ally. Because, people do that too. Look at what's going on with Miss Netta. We'll get into that in another video. But let's go back to this. Because, black women, y'all seem to think that y'all are not a part of the equation. And you are. And again, listen. Because I shouldn't have to give disclaimers and say, oh, it's not always, it's not all, but it's, some, and it's, if it don't apply, let it fly. But just because you letting it fly because it don't apply, it does not mean that it doesn't apply to other people. And that be another thing that be pissing me off with the black community is that let something happen to us, we will go out and make it seem like it's all people that do that. Like if it's a white person that piss you off, you will go out there and be like, white people are evil, and then everybody will join with you and not be like, oh, what specific white person? But yet, let somebody say something about black people or a black woman, then it's like, oh, you hate black women. And girl, I spoke about you. I'm speaking about this one situation. I'm speaking about whoever this situation applies to. Okay, so with this video, don't go ahead. If you get offended by any of this, then you likely should not even be over here on this channel. Like, that's another thing I don't understand. Stop coming in gay spaces trying to course correct the way that we talk and the way that we behave and the way that we act. If you don't fuck with us, then don't fuck with us. It's literally that fucking simple. Literally that simple. But again, I'm going to let somebody else deliver the message. Okay? Just you know, because sometimes people can't hear it just because it's coming from a trans woman. Okay, so I'm gonna let a biological woman who identifies as, well, child, Erica a different breed, child. Okay, but we just gonna assume straight. I'm gonna let her explain it in her words, and then maybe the message will be a little bit more clear as to what all I'm trying to say and why Asians' behavior is very problematic for me and should be for you.
All the gay boys uploading their DL era and uploading their pictures with their old girlfriends. And it's just like, I don't even know why people was even wasting their time being DL, because girls was fucking gay boys back then, and in 2024, girls are still fucking gay boys and they know that they're gay. So I don't even know why everybody wasted their time. Chad. Like, and then no shade. All the trading was fucking, they homeboys used to find out that they was gay. And I need to still hung with them, bitch. They
on Twitter, my DL era, where there's gay guys posting when they were in their DL era. Girl, y'all be getting mad. You know what's so funny? I'm not gonna talk about it. But anyways, the DL, y'all be fucking the dudes that are gay and know it. And then people in the comments are literally like, acting like the DL community bigger than we think. Ladies, be safe out there. And fellas, just be true to yourselves. We all deserve to be loved in the right way. All men are not gay. Listen to me. All men are not straight. Right. Deserve to be loved in the right way. All men are not gay. Listen to me. All men are not straight. Right. This is a long comment. Women are upset. They get upset about this because the idea of them having sex with a man who has sex with men, they don't. I already told you what that's rooted in, but we're not going to go there. Yes, there are a lot of DL and confused ones who struggle with sexuality, but we're not about to keep pushing this narrative that every man is gay. Sexuality is a spectrum and people like what they like. You are socially engineered to go towards one or the other.
Now let me pause this because the point of this video, when it comes to Asian doll, it's not about, I'm sitting here trying to explain, and honestly, it's all fucking related. Either you get it or you don't get it. There's no need for me to explain because it's all related. Even though Asian was pointing out the way that the person was dressing, that it's all related. It's all related because, like I said, the word sassy, it means gay. That's what you were trying to say. If like, oh my God, I need for black women to go hell. Again, it's not all, but it's always some, and it's too many out there that are toxic and are unhealed. And it's just like everything is not an attack on your womanhood or your skin tone or it's not an attack. Everything is not an attack. Somebody says something you don't like, then you hate black women. Somebody do something you don't like, you hate black women. No, bitch, go hell. Go hell. You don't get a pass to go around and be violent and say the things like how Asian just said it and then not expect any backlash. I'm sorry. The world doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. It does not work like that. And you do need to understand that what you say has consequences. It just does. Everybody, like it's like that for everybody. Everybody, like what you say or what you do can come back to you, and it has consequences. And people don't understand that comments like what Asian Doll said, how traumatic and impactful they are. You don't understand. You don't understand. So again, I'm just let Erica go off and say whatever it is that she was saying in this video, because it's all relative. It's all relative.
Depending on the body that your soul dropped into. This matrix socially engineers you to believe that because you have a vagina, you should be with a man, therefore you are considered straight. If you do not go with a person who is a man with a penis, then you're out. You're in an alternative lifestyle. So they've programmed you to believe that everyone's default setting is straight, and it's not. You are being coerced into being straight and heterosexual. You are being coerced because there are people who are not and practice as if and fall into the programming, and they're gay and they're lesbian, but they fall into their social engineering. You're being programmed, sweetheart, to desire the things that they want you to desire. It makes this fucking country big money for you to get married and then divorced, for you to produce children to grow up to be workers. All of this shit is designed so that you, woman, can have a baby.
That's this isn't a politics channel at all. But that's why I don't get involved in none of these political conversations or none of this hoopla that y'all be having on social media. Oh, my rights and da, 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 da. You have every right to be angry, every right to be upset, every right to want to fight. None of that means shit, though. And when you take a step outside of the matrix, you start realizing that. You start realizing that ultimately it's about green. It's about green. It's about the green. It's about the green. There are other factors at play, you know, systematic racism and things like that. You know what I mean? Like, and I don't want to go too far down that rabbit hole. I'm going to just say, wake up and look at what's going on out there. And if nothing else, focus on the stuff that matters, like that versus, I mean, the stuff that matters after I just said it don't matter. I mean, it doesn't matter in terms of like y'all thinking y'all actually have a voice when it comes to politics. Y'all don't. This world is ran by the elites. I was going to say the two words, but I'm not going to say it, but I'm going to just say BG. If you don't know what BG is, girl, Amanda Seales just said it on Funky Dineva live yesterday, and I was surprised she said that publicly, as much of a public figure as she is. But I'm going to just say, you know, things that don't matter, I mean that in the context of like, because it's elites that really run the world or whatever. However, focus your mind on stuff like that versus men being sassy, or this man done talk to me crazy. Oh my God, he gay. He feminine. Again, and nobody on this channel should be offended. If you are unsubscribed, this is not the place for you. It's not. I'm here to build community. I'm not here to be famous, ho. I'm here to build community. And much like you wouldn't want somebody in your home that you don't like, I don't want nobody in my house that I don't like or that don't like me. I'm here to build community. Because one thing motherfuckers not about to do is do me how y'all be doing the rest of these motherfuckers that I watch. Y'all sit and y'all love when Funky Dineva get into the, oh yes, girl. But the second he say something y'all don't like, oh, he a colorist. He hate black women. Same thing with Armand Wiggins. I watch how y'all lift him up and then y'all try to tear him down. Like it's not the same thing. Like it's countless motherfuckers that I could bring up. Even T.S. Madison having her day this week. All week people been ping-ponging with her wig. It's just like y'all love to build people up and then tear them down. If you're not a true ally, if you don't truly respect people and you just there for a show or spectacle, then go somewhere with that. Go somewhere with that. We are not in community and that is okay. But this channel is for people that are intellectual, that want to grow beyond the matrix, that do want to heal, that do want to be better. Because I'm not one of them people that's going to sit around and enable the fuck shit. No, I'm sorry. What Asian Doll said was problematic because Asian Doll represents a lot of black women out there. Again, we want to put black on everything else like it's Sazone, like it's seasoning. But then when it comes time for accountability, don't say black. Why not? Y'all say it any other time. Y'all bring it up any other time. Y'all bring up the fact that you black in any other conversation. But now when it comes to accountability, you want to act like you so far removed and that you do not play a part in it? You do. And if it's not you personally that's out there being homophobic and transphobic, then congratulations, baby. You are an anomaly. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about the person next to you that's probably your best friend who's homophobic like that you overlook. I'm talking about the nigga that you probably fucking on because that's his way of thinking, but that has nothing to do with you because you fucking him and you getting something out of the equation. Like, that's what I'm talking about. Because there's so much toxicity and negativity around us that whether or not it's us doing it personally, we overlook it with the other person because that ain't got nothing to do with me. No, but it does though. It does. It does. All of this stuff keeps us at a low vibration, a low frequency. And it all, like, again, every action has a reaction. Y'all think that energy is just put out there and it just sits there? No, energy is going to transform. It's going to transmute and become something else. One homophobic comment here might end up with a nigga beating your ass because he can't be who he really is, or because, you know, he feel like he gotta overperform and be this overly, you know, toxic masculine, like. And again, I'm not saying it's all or that this is how it is for every situation or that the only reason why men are toxic and problematic is because that's not what I'm saying. I'm just talking about how this can transform into that. But again, I'm going to let Erica continue speaking.
So we need to tell everybody with a penis, everybody with a vagina, y'all need to be together. And if y'all not together, something's wrong. We need you to keep producing. And this idea that homosexual people cannot reproduce is asinine, as if all you need, see, that's why you know that shit is fake. Because all you need is a sperm and an egg. That sperm and egg doesn't care what gender, it doesn't care what race, it doesn't care what religion, it doesn't even care how the person with the penis or the vagina identifies, girl. This idea where you have to be straight in order to have biological children is crazy. The way y'all be throwing your pussy in trans women's faces as if they cannot reproduce children is insane.
Right. Right. Like, right. If you know, you know. Right.
You do not need a man and a woman to make a baby. You need a male and a female sperm and egg. That's it. Everything else means nothing, bro. And you know how many gay people have kids? You know how many lesbian people have kids? Act like that's like, oh my God, it's so far-fetched. It's because they really want to be with me. You need to be married to have children. You don't need to be in a heterosexual relationship.
Wait, let me back it up because that seemed crazy. That sounds like she's saying you can only have children. I was trying to skip around to where like she really started getting into the point that I wanted to bring up.
That's it. You don't need to be in a relationship to have children. You need to be married to have children. You don't need to be in a heterosexual relationship to have children. A lot of these men are operating in space. That's why they mistreat you so bad, is because they really want to be with men. And y'all act like that's like, oh my God, it's so far-fetched. Once again, we're back to eliminating the penis you think you have access to.
And ownership over. And ownership over. Because that even goes back to the whole Jonathan Majors situation. Even as early, or I mean, as recent as the whole Michael Ealy situation, child. But y'all think y'all have ownership over these men and you don't. Just like they don't have ownership over you. We don't control humans. You don't. You don't. And you might think, oh, that's just something that we say. No, it's not just something that we say. Because how many people get into a relationship and be like, well, obviously you're going to be like, that's my nigga or whatever, right? But a lot of people get into relationships and think that they own that person or that they're supposed to be in their life forever. No. And that's a place of maturity that you reach after you've been abandoned so much or going through so much stuff that you've now healed, and now you're on the other side, and now you're practicing and living in that healing truth. And you realize, like, no, I don't own anyone or anything. I'm just simply here to experience. Simply here to experience. At any point, anything and anyone can go. So I'ma just, buckle down, enjoy the ride until the wheels fall off. It's the art of detachment. And all of that stuff stems back to childhood. That's why I always say, like, that's why I am somebody who is a humanitarian, because we all go through the same issues, whether it be abandonment issues or we go through codependency issues. We all experience one or the other. But then when you start taking that childhood trauma that we all go through, and then you start living life and you start attacking on everything else, like racism, colorism, domestic violence, homophobia, like you start attacking on all of that other stuff, it starts coloring your experiences.
It sends you guys, you fucking weirdos, in a tizzy. All these men are not straight. And we're not saying that they're mistreating you because they're gay. They're mistreating you because they live in a society where, like Puffy, he can't just be out about his shit. He has to abuse people in order to fulfill his desires to be with men. A lot of these men are gay, y'all. They like men. They like to have sex with men. Like I'm saying, a lot of y'all want to have babies. Y'all need to go find your gay best friend and raise babies, because all you need is some sperm. That's it.
Now, taking it back, and I guess I'll say this now. I can play devil's advocate and say, and that's just in case you didn't make the whole connection as to why I brought up Prince and Michael Jackson and Lil Richard and all them people earlier. I can look at somebody and be like, oh, that's questionable. I don't know if you're straight or gay. I can't tell by the clothes. Like, that's just human nature. That's just human nature. So it's not that Asian doll is wrong or any woman is wrong for looking at a man and not knowing, okay, are you gay? Like, what's going on? Because, you dressing a little bit more flamboyant. I'm not used to that because the programming, keyword programming that I'm used to is the urban ratchet hood type. Maybe pants sagging, maybe zoo-rag, maybe, fitted Timbs on, like I'm used to the whole 50 Cent type of motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? The whole Jim Jones, them set type of, like, so I can totally get that. And there's nothing wrong with feeling that. We all think, we all have thoughts, whether appropriate or not, politically correct or not. Totally fine. It's when you go as far to insinuate that a person is gay. And then you do it publicly. Because again, 2024, we're not going to play dumb. We're not going to play dumb. When you call somebody sassy or feminine, you're calling them gay. You're calling them gay. That's just what it is. That's just what it is.
You want a baby so bad? Ask your gay best friend if they want a baby. When y'all get to a certain age and say, hey, listen, if neither one of us, or if I want a baby by the time, will you donate your sperm to me? Okay. You don't have to you can release parental rights if you want to, or if you want to be involved, whatever the fuck. This idea where I have to go find a man and I have to get married to that man and I have to have a baby with that man. And then you have a Bible to back it up.
And see, because I'm glad she's saying all of this. This is what makes statements like what Asian Doll said even more problematic, is because it's the root and the foundation of it all. It's like the homophobia that comes from women is because you feel like there's competition or like there's one less dick, right? And again, not all. If it don't apply, let it fly. But because I feel like I'm over explaining myself, and I hate when I do this on my channel, but at the same time I have to understand that everybody doesn't think like me, even though I would like to build a community that understands where I'm at intellectually, and that just gets it. Let me let the video play while I gather my thoughts correctly.
You want a baby so bad? Ask your gay best friend if they want a baby. When y'all get to a certain age and say, hey, listen, if neither one of us, or if I want a baby by the time, will you donate your sperm to me? Okay. You don't have to you can release parental rights if you want to, or if you want to be involved, whatever the fuck. This idea where I have to go find a man and I have to get married to that man and I have to have a baby with that man. And then you have a Bible to back it up. You're not doing this and you're not doing that. And it's just putting y'all in these weird ass positions. And then you're with these men, and intimate partner violence is so crazy. And these men are frustrated. Like Big Sexy said, the demons that these men are dealing with, a lot of these men the demon is their sexuality. And they don't tell you. And then you get upset when somebody says that your anti-gay ass contributes to the DL culture. You act like you are outside of it. You act like you are not a variable in the DL community, a woman. And they should just live in their truth. They hear the way you talk about men. They see the society that we live in, gay men. We see the society that we live in. It's not accepting. It's not accepting. You all say, oh, well, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Yes, it does matter. That's all y'all all care about. Who is fucking who? That's all y'all care about.
And that's exactly why Asian Doll's comments are problematic. Because when you go and you say that a man is sassy, it implies that they are fucking men. That's what it implies. And then you don't understand the ramifications of that, the implications of that, how the man can now internalize that into anger or hatred and then come back at you. Again, it's not the end all be all excuse as to why men are like that. You know, it's not. There's so many different factors, you know, from the way that they're raised in their environment by other men, you know, because a mother can do as much as she can, but then once that child goes out into the world of human beings, now they're socialized a certain way depending on how they grew up and who they're around, and then how much they were taught. You know what I mean? Like we've all had to unheal or unpack generational trauma. And it's kind of the same thing when you go out there into society, right? If you're around a bunch of ancient niggas who never knew how to do right, they're going to pass that on to you because they're going to think that their word and their teachings and their lessons is gospel. And so it's just going to be more BS passed down, and the cycle is going to continue. So yes, all of that is true. But at the same time, in this situation that we are referring to, when you are blatantly homophobic like that and you're making these insinuations, it does cause a rippling domino effect. It just does. And it's like, since birth, society is programming you literally since birth, since you are a kid. It's like, oh, the boy is going to be a heartbreaker. Like, yeah, look at the way that they talk to little kids. You got a cute little child. They're like, oh, that boy going to be a heartbreaker when he get to school. He going to break all the girls' hearts. You're literally setting them up in this patriarchal world, in this patriarchy, to go out there and be a fuckboy. You look at the little girl and you're like, oh, she's so cute. Oh, I hope you grow up to find your prince. Or you go and you buy her a cooking set so that she can start learning how to be a goddamn maid, a lady of labor. Like, you understand what I'm saying? Like, all of that starts within childhood. So it's much more than just, a homophobic comment that she made. No, because again, from the moment that you are a child, there's certain programming that is embedded in everyone. And a lot of men and a lot of boys get taught that the worst thing that they could be is a girl, because girl equals femininity and being feminine. And so over time, that ends up with a lot of men hating women, because all their life they were told the worst thing that you can be is be a woman. Don't be all soft. Don't be crying. Don't show emotion. Don't be, that's weak. What are you, a bitch? You a girl? You a faggot? All of that is related. All of that is related. And you are a goddamn motherfucking lie if you sit and tell me that you ain't never heard a woman also be a part of that equation, telling boys that, or telling men that. I'm even guilty of it. Let me tell y'all something, because I don't really ever get into my business unless it applies, because y'all know I don't do story times no more. But my nigga had to check me the other day because my mouth is reckless. Aries, third house, Venus, okay? And third house is communication. Aries is spitfire, very impulsive, okay? Venus, I love to talk. But with that Aries there, I'm very impulsive. And if you don't know how zodiac signs work, baby, look at me about to go into a whole tangent, child. Just learn as I speak, okay? But I got that Aries third house, and so I'm a spitfire. And, long story short, we were having a conversation, and I said some things to that man. And the next day, when we were making up, I guess, and discussing, okay, recapping the night, child, it was more of a Chi cat. That was definitely Chi talking. That wasn't Aubrey. That was Chi. And he knows who Chi is, and he don't. He basically let me know, like, listen, don't ever talk to me like that again. Like, don't do that, because the things that you said, the way that you made me feel, like, I truly felt emasculated. Like, please don't do that again. Now, listen, that's it. Get out my business. We good. We actually in a very healthy relationship, okay? Because we talk, okay, about our issues, if we have any. But the point that I want to make is that even as somebody who's healed and is on the other side, that programming runs deep, because it's so embedded within us. It's the way that we were socialized. It's the way that we were brought up. And a lot of it is so common that you might not even realize that, what it is that you're doing when you're doing it. And if this was a video where we was addressing what men do, then I would have a similar story or a similar conversation with them. But that's not what this video is. So let's not try to turn it into, but men, no, I'm speaking to women about what we do. Okay? Because even as somebody who's healed and does not want to be involved in anything toxic or be that toxic person or whatever, like I had to get checked and realize like, okay, what I said was not okay. And then you have some people that are like, okay, well, how can a woman emasculate a man? Was the masculinity ever there if a woman can take it away? Y'all know what the fuck these niggas be trying to say. Please stop trying to be dense. Stop trying to be dense. Stop. We're not even about to have that conversation. We're not even about to do that. But my whole point is that women, we do it as well. We do it as well. And it's not okay. It's not okay. It's not okay. And sometimes you do have to take a step back and be like, okay, well, what is the long term? Because right, you might go off, because you heated in the moment, and so you go off for that moment, but not understanding the long lasting effects of what it is that you just said, right? And not understanding how that could change somebody's whole entire psyche. And so it's kind of the same thing, like with like a mother, right? A lot of people are like, oh, it's nothing but single mothers because there's no father in the home, whatever. Okay, so somebody's raising a kid, somebody's saying something to them. So in a situation to where a boy is sitting there crying and you telling the boy to man up, yeah, but maybe we shouldn't do that. Maybe we shouldn't do that. Or if a boy is trying to show emotion, trying to show, be vulnerable, don't be weak, don't be a little bit. Like, maybe we shouldn't do that. Whether that's our son, that's our friend, that's our boyfriend, maybe we should not do stuff like that. Because again, on another level, it is still the same as calling them a sassy. Because it all implies that they are weak and that they want to fuck men. It's the same thing.
Just like when Tasha K and T.S. Madison were going back and forth. Tasha K came out and said, well, tell us about the men that basically outing these dudes. That's what y'all really be wanting to know. Y'all want to know who these niggas are fucking. Y'all are afraid to. My thing is, you should approach all these men as if they are gay.
Boom.
Stop thinking everybody is straight. That's your problem. And then these men are practicing. Men are socialized to take risks. They are, no matter their sexuality, they are socialized to take risks. So they take risks when it comes to sex too. Yeah. So if you're dealing with a man who is practicing deception in his relationship with you, and he's DL, and so guess what he's going to be doing? Practicing risky. Ooh, somebody might catch me. I read this story about this guy who used to be fucking, him and his friend used to be fucking, and they would try to time it to the time where his girlfriend would come home, because they were kind of like, let's see if we can have sex when she's on her way home, and so we don't get caught. Let's see if we don't get caught. And then you look at the HIV rates for women in heterosexual relationships. Men practice risky sexual behaviors. And if they're already, listen, girl, it's so crazy. They're already deceptive when it comes to women. Right? We live in a society that does not accept gay men. And shout out to the men who are openly out and proud. Because in a world, especially for men, in a world, they're not accepting of that at all. They accept the women being homosexual because they feel like it can benefit men in some way. But when a man is homosexual, it's very difficult for them. And y'all be telling these men to live in their truth. And then when they come out as gay or bisexual, then y'all have all these weird ass things to say to them. And it's like, well, I thought you said it was okay. I thought you told us to live in our truth. We living in our truth, and now you talking to me crazy. What the fuck?
And that same thing goes for Netta. Because for months upon months, literally from October till about like March, April, people was coming for Netta. Is Netta a man? Is Netta a woman? Is Netta gay? Are they in a relationship? Y'all begged and 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 begged to know the answer. And again, if it wasn't you, then it wasn't you. Stop thinking everything applies to you directly. If it don't, then understand that it could be other people that it applies to. But people begged for months. Literally search Netta's name on YouTube, on Google, and on TikTok. I ain't even got to prove it. Like, literally just search their name. But people begged for months, only to now look at what's going on. The very same answers that they wanted to know, now people are dragging Netta for. And we'll get to that when I do her hate train video.
Now you mad at me for some reason. You mad? Yeah, I know why you mad. Because it's a dick off the market. Whoo. Newsflash. These men be gay, bro. They do. I seen your husbands and your boyfriends in my friends' DMs. I have. And they the ones that getting bended, honey. They ain't doing the bending. I'm just saying. And the people in the comments are so ignorant. I don't know how a woman can willingly F a guy who sleeps with other guys. And the crazy part is, y'all don't even want to unpack why you don't want, because I just talked about it. You don't want to sleep with men who have slept with other men because you're straight. I got it. I get it. You straight. Okay. Like a fucking wet spaghetti noodle. You straight, girl. Okay. You know how men are. That's why you're like, ooh, a bisexual man. Ooh. Because you know how men are. But you too afraid and too chicken shit to stop dealing with them. Oh, yeah. Ooh, he sleep with other men. Ooh, why? What's wrong with men? You fuck them. So what's wrong when other men fuck them? Ooh, what is what's you ain't unpacked it yet. What's you still fucking them? Yeah. Nobody, and I mean nobody, thought he was ever DL. Once again, because these niggas said something that takes them out of a pool. You're too afraid to admit that these men, most of them are unworthy. Most of them aren't attracted to you. You don't know how to deal with that level of rejection because you've been taught that they're here for you. Here.
Let me repeat that one more time.
Emotional needs met by other men and get their sexual needs met by you so that they're not gay. Hold on. Let me see. I think I have it here. Hold on. I'm gonna have to scroll down a little bit. Listen to what this man says. And then y'all be in the comments playing interpreter, trying to translate nigganese once again, because these niggas said something that takes them out of a pool. You're too afraid to admit that these men, most of them are unworthy. Most of them aren't attracted to you. You don't know how to deal with that level of rejection because you've been taught that they're here for you. Here it is. Hold on. I'm coming down. Here we are. Oh no. Putting it on. No. This is not it. I want to wait.
Ask me all the questions. How is it that you refuse to understand or take any accountability for your behavior when it comes to how we relate to y'all? No, we don't understand y'all. No, we don't like y'all. Yes, y'all are very irritating. And what the fuck are y'all? No, this is about men. Don't conflate. I'm sexually attracted to women. And that's the only thing that there is. So you don't love us. You don't want to be with us. You don't even like us. You just want to us, and then you deal with the rest of it. I'm talking about there are men in the world that literally they don't like women, and you can tell. As far as what? You don't like certain things about women. That's okay. And I don't like certain things about my other male friends. I don't like certain things about everybody. There are things that we love about women. You haven't named any. What do men love about women that has nothing to do with their vagina?
And what do men love about women that has nothing to do with labor? Go ask a man why he loves his wife. He's going to describe a maid, a mule, and a mattress. And nothing about her as a person, nothing about her personality, nothing about her humor, nothing about her, nothing. It's going to be something about labor.
So y'all pretty much get the point. I'm about to see if there's one more video that I want to play, but go ahead and like this video.
The universe is P double T to the Y, and it won't stop till I wake up and realize that I am the 1, 2, 3. I am the bitch that these other niggas need. How you gon' escape when I am the key? That for everywhere I go, they following me like damn. Get back on track, I do who I am. Every day is numbered in this lifespan. Look in the mirror, tell myself again. Self-love and happiness is all about a God's plan. Happy, doing what I please. Do what I do, whatever it takes to be free. I wanna be happy.
This guy, what he was saying, and I was like, oh, black women all together, but black women, because they're the ones that are the most race loyal, and they are the ones who are on the list of new cases, highest on the list of new cases of HIV. Because black men, like I was like, you might as well say they pansexual, because they are sexually attracted to across the board. They say they not, and they run around saying they straight. And I think that's where black women get tripped up. One, you think these men are straight, and two, you believe in the false promise of monogamy. And
now pause. I do want to pause for a second because Erica's saying a lot. Going back to Asian Doll's original comment that inspired this video, I don't believe that all men are pansexual let me say this. I'm not saying that with this video that all men are pansexual or that everybody's whether or not I feel that way, that's a whole other video conversation. But again, all of this relates to the comments, because ultimately when you make the homophobic comments, it really does come down to you feeling like that's one less dick that you have. That's ultimately what it comes down to, because all the conversations are centered around sex and who's fucking who and who's in a relationship with who, and like that's all people care about. That is all people care about. And black women specifically, because as you see with black men, they don't give a damn. They will date any and whoever. And then that's when the whole conversation about, having preferences and all of that comes into play. But black women specifically insist on being race loyal. And so when you're not getting what you want, you feel like all of these men are playing with you. Then they start dressing weird. They might start talking differently than maybe how you were raised or how men were talking. Yeah, y'all start getting frustrated, and then you automatically start becoming homophobic and start leaning towards homophobia as a way to vent and get your feelings off. That's the whole point of this video. Stop doing that. Because some of these men actually are pansexual, or maybe it's not that deep and maybe it's other things going on. But ultimately, everything tracks back to you not having access to the dick that you want. That's what it tracks back to. Even when it comes back to HIV rates and things like that. I told you I saw a TikTok, and it's a whole medical professional that's sitting there talking about the HIV rates and whatnot. And she kept it real professional at first, but then by the end of the video, she tried to bring up gay and down low people and then try to shift the blame to them. And it's like, bitch, you are a whole medical professional that is sitting inside of an office right now, uniform on, and then you're making this homophobic ass, late ass TikTok video, damn near inciting a riot. And again, it really ultimately comes down to you being mad at the fact that you're not getting access to the man that it is that you want, or feeling like these niggas keep playing with you. And I'm not saying that those are not feelings to listen. If you know my story, then you know my story. If you've heard my story times, then you've heard my story times. So to the new people out there, don't look at it like, oh, Sky in a relationship now, so Sky view is it. No, I'm 31. This is the most serious relationship I've ever been in my entire life. I ain't dealt with nothing but the same pool that's out there for y'all. Okay, and if at any point the relationship that I'm in, okay, cool, that's fine. But it's not going to destroy me because I don't attach my identity to a damn dick. My identity is not tethered to a man. With or without anybody, I'm going to be good. I'm going to hurt for a little bit. I'm going to cry for a little bit, but I'm going to be okay. I will be okay. But it's too many women out there that are not okay because y'all identities are tethered to a man or having a man. Look at all of these reality shows, the way that y'all throw a dick in each other's faces. Oh, she can't keep a man. Oh, when the last time she had a man? Oh, she on her period today, huh? Oh, she must need to go get her some dick. I could tell you ain't get some last night. Like, it always comes back to a man. It always does, because Black women center men. And the second that you realize and learn to stop centering men, that will ease up so many of these issues, including homophobia and transphobia, which is, again, the point of this video. If Asian Doll learned how to decenter men, then her comments wouldn't even have been necessary. Like, she wouldn't even have felt the reason to comment that. And like I said, Asian Doll represents so many Black women out there, and it is a Black thing because we are like insisting on being race loyal. Some of y'all soulmate is not Black.
I believe that is putting Black women
or even 100% heterosexual
at risk. Now, you know, I have a way of saying things, and it might not coddle you or hold your head that you have to give up Black dick. The idea that you can't have dick in you, a Black dick in you, it sends y'all on a spiral. Some of y'all on a spiral.
See, and this is why I love Erica, because we are children of Mercury. She's a Virgo and got Virgo placements. I am a Gemini Mercury. Mercury rules Gemini and Virgo. And Mercury is also communication. So people that are Geminis or Virgos or have those strong placements tend to be very intelligent and well-versed. And like we thrive on these type of debates and topics. Okay. But shout out to her, because, you know, it's just always refreshing when I see that there are other people like me, because it's so easy for me to get up on my channel and fall on the sword. But like, that's why I like the fact that I can now do YouTube videos, but we can watch other creators and I can give my commentary as they give their commentary, so people can see, oh, there's other people that talk like this. There's other people that actually think like this, and Sky isn't just 100% delusional and cuckoo. Like, no. There are other people that actually, okay. And then we could go through their comment sections and see, you know, how people related to that, you know, because I get it. Delivery may not always be the best, but I don't give a fuck. I don't work for UPS. I don't work for FedEx. Okay, so I don't give a fuck how the delivery gets to you. The message is the message. That's it. Okay, either you ready to check into that frequency or you're not. It's that simple. But over here, we're not practicing homophobia. We're not practicing, you know, centering men, making men our entire fucking lives and dedicating our whole entire life to a goddamn piece of dick that's going to leave anyways, or could be out there fucking any and everybody. Like, no, I'm so tired of the, oh, I got with a man and he love bombed me and I thought we was going to live happily ever after. And meanwhile, you sitting here letting him drink up all the juice in the fridge, eating up all your kids' lunch meals and Lunchables and running up your credit. Okay. Done total your car, all of this. Like, I'm so sick of that. I'm so sick of that. It's been since I was born. When is the story going to change? We got to start taking accountability, women. We have to. It's our responsibility to take accountability. Okay? Because once we do, then once we start decentering these niggas and start putting yourself first, you know, all of this black girl magic that y'all be out here preaching that I call bullshit every time, because how are you preaching black girl magic, but then at the same time upholding your greatest threat? Like, it's just like, it can't be black girl magic if we still upholding degeneracy. and you putting a man's needs before your needs. And none of this is isn't to say that you can't still be submissive or, you know, be in a quote unquote traditional relationship. I'm not saying any of that. But what I am saying is that they say the root of all things evil is money. It's also dick. It's also that. I ain't never heard of a man running up his credit, totaling his car, and doing half the things that women be doing for some dick. I ain't never heard of no man doing that for some pussy. I ain't never heard that. Y'all say that pussy rules the world. I would like to see it. And I'm not even being sarcastic. I would literally like to see it. If you say that, let's believe it. Let's show it. Because the action is not matching the words. It's not. It's not. It's not. You can't say pussy is power and then you go out there and then you give all your power away to this man because it was swinging between his legs. And then when that doesn't work out, then that's how we get to situations like this, because it becomes a trickle effect. Either you become bitter and mean to other women because you think that they want your man. You become homophobic because you know, everything that's being discussed within this video, or transphobic because of everything else that's being discussed in this video. Let's see, what else? You could end up becoming a terrible mother to your kids. You could end up becoming like a mama D because the male left you, the father left you. So now you treating your son like he the black king of the house. And now you trying to treat your son like he your husband. And now he got to grow up fast. And it's so many different ways that energy manifests. It's so many different ways. So yes, Asian doll might have been the start of this video, the inspiration, but like she represents so many women out there.
And you get upset, Miss Strictly Dickly. Little Miss Strictly Dickly walking down the street holding dicks, ready to throw them at anybody. And I was like, that's how you take accountability and then responsibility. And I feel like Black women do not, I saw it with Homegirl, the Queen Maker. I saw it. I saw her in the way, it's like the way she changed her messaging to kind of quote blame women, but she's still digmatized and male-centered and run and ruled by her pussy. So she's not really the best messenger, right? But in order, and then I'm not telling you to go out and find pussy to slide into. That's not what I'm telling you. I'm telling you put the dick down because it's killing y'all. It is. Either they're killing you in violence or they're killing you sexually. And let's not say that people are living with HIV. HIV does not kill people. It's not like that anymore. So if you are unable to put the dick down, you, woman, need to go get on PrEP. But I think that kind of fucks with y'all because the way that PrEP was packaged and given to us was like, oh, that's just for gay people. That's just for people. That's just for men or trans women. No, Truvada, and there's another one. I put it on the community page, the name of it. If you are unable to stop gobbling dick, you need to get on PrEP. Because the men are pansexual and they're not monogamous. You guys are race loyal to a group of men who are literally in every aspect of life are a detriment to you. And for some reason, you can't put the dick down because you are straight. And you believe that your sexuality is going to protect you because these men shouldn't be lying to y'all. Instead of you taking account of their inability to tell the truth, their inability to remain loyal after they've promised you monogamy. That's how you account for it. What are all the things that they are doing? I go through this all the time with y'all. how do you account? Accountability, right? What does the word mean? Words mean things. How do you account? What does that mean to account for? What does it mean to you? That means to take inventory. Okay, I did this. I participated in this. These men are like this. The HIV rates are this. I'm taking accountability. I am able to account for the things that are in my path. Now it's time to take responsibility. Now that you've accounted for everything, now how do you respond? Do you still walk into a house that is on fire? Do you still walk in there after you've oh wait, the house is on fire. There's some fire hazards.
And let me pause because I've never seen this video before. I guess this is a new video from her, so I don't know what she about to say, but y'all hear me. I say it all the time. You know, and it's something that Black culture does a lot. And especially Black women. Y'all do it a lot when it comes to dating. Yes, a lot of these niggas ain't shit, but at some point, neither are you. If you still keep going in the same restaurant that got an F rating on the door, that got mice running through the goddamn kitchen, that got roaches climbing up and down the walls, thinking that you about to have a different dining experience. It don't work like that. And so many women do that. Look at how many women are still procreating with Nick Cannon, with Future. Look at how many women are still supporting Trey Songz, even after all of his lawsuits. Like, stop thinking that you're gonna be different because your pussy so good, it's so wet, you cook better, you clean the house. Like, stop expecting a different experience. Read the Yelp reviews. And then when it comes to like Black culture, period, we do this thing. And here's another analogy I like to use. It's like, let's say that your house is supposed to be clean because you are afraid of mice, right? Yet you always leave trash out everywhere, food lying around for days, weeks on end. So when the mice come in, you feel like, oh my God, it's an invasion of privacy. Oh my God, why are they here? They're not supposed to be here. Yes, in theory, they are not supposed to be there. This should not be happening to you. It is wrong. It is an invasion of privacy, and it can make somebody feel unstable and unsafe and, you know, all of that. But you still need to be accountable for the fact that you left food out. You are responsible for cleaning that motherfucker up. And that's what the Black community does a lot. We leave out food lying around, and then we get upset when the mice come. Like, we didn't know that's a possibility that could happen. What? Understand the variable in the role that you are playing in the situation.
Over here, the house has the potential to catch on fire. How do you take responsibility? Do you move into the house and just wait for the house to catch on fire any day now? You don't know when it's going to catch on fire. You know there's a bunch of fire hazards. The inspector has accounted for all of the fire hazards. How do you respond? You tell me. How do you respond after you've taken account for how the men, straight men, are showing up in society and how they show up with you in romantic, intimate partnerships?
This thing can hold up till 11.
Right. Because see, that's my thing. And that's why I always say the nail salons and the beauty shops are just as violent and toxic as the barbershops. Don't sit around with your homegirls and, oh girl, you prettier than his new girl, and oh, men are dogs. No. How did you contribute? How did they contribute? What are we going to do better so that this doesn't happen again? Too many people go back right into the same environments to try to seek out the same type. Another thing I say all the time, everybody used to ask, oh, what was Sierra's prayer? What was Sierra's prayer? Thinking that she was praying to God about a man. Y'all was sitting there thinking Sierra was praying to a man about a man. Clock it. Sierra prayed for herself. It was about her bettering herself. The second that she decentered men, the second that she stopped worshiping dick, the second that she stopped not reading the reviews and dating the same type over and over, that's when her life started to elevate. And that's when spirit and the universe matched her with an energetic match. Because see, that's another part of it. So everybody wants to talk about manifestation. Girl, you can only, first of all, you can only manifest what's within your natal chart and what's within your karma. But then aside from that, you will manifest what's an energetic match for you. How are you manifesting something at level 12 and you still stuck at level 3? If you still dealing with the same fuck niggas, ain't shit niggas, the niggas is dogs, then guess what you're gonna get? That. Until you start raising your vibration, and you cannot do that while still actively practicing in those neighborhoods around that frequency. You can't. You got to take a step back and do the inner work to get that outer paycheck. That's how that works. So Sierra took the time, she decentered men, she focused on herself, and then when the timing was right, because that's another part of it, timing. Okay? When it comes to manifestation and your blessings and abundance, half of it is about you doing the work, and the other half is the universe showing up and showing out, but you got to do the work. And then on the flip side of it, it's about patience and the timing, and the timing was right, and the universe matched her with her with you know, someone that was her speed, her frequency, her, you know, that collaborated well with her energy. But a lot of people don't do that. You refuse to do the work. There's a lesson in everything. Even if you feel like you've done nothing in a relationship, you didn't say nothing to piss that man off. He was going upside your head, abusing the mess out of you physically for 6 years. All of that is wrong. We can understand that. We can agree on that. Nobody should be abusing anybody. But what do you learn from that situation? Because if it's nothing, you're going to turn around and go right back into another situation, because clearly you missed the red flags, or clearly you just don't give a damn. So guess what? The universe is going to keep aligning you with more and more of that energy. And then in turn, what it's going to do is you're going to start now harboring these feelings for hating men. Next thing you know, you sitting around on podcasts talking about how niggas ain't shit and go deal with your hurt, go deal with your trauma. Because even though you shouldn't have been getting your face blown in and beat up and abused, there's still a part that you played. You didn't learn the lesson that you needed to learn. Not that he was like, and I don't say that in a cocky, masculine type of way. No, I'm talking about the universal lesson that spirit was trying to teach you. Everything is related. And it usually starts with men and worshiping them or having a certain expectation. And it's like, what is that realization after you've gone through an experience? Some people learn, they do the work, they grow. Some people don't. They stay stuck at that vibration. They shift all the accountability and responsibility and blame to the person. And then they start internalizing everything. And then they start harboring feelings. And then other people get, you know what I'm saying? Like, again, Asian Doll might have made a comment about, you know, insinuating that this man was gay. But that conversation can now shift to, okay, well, it will be the same thing as a mother that now, you know, takes it out on a child. Don't be weak. Don't be a bitch. Don't da 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 da. You know, it could shift into another, you know, manifesting in another way where it's now a girlfriend. Like I said, like me, you know, you talking to a dude and you start saying some stuff to them that could emasculate them or make them feel away. You know what I mean? Like, it's all related. But I'm gonna let Erica finish this up and then we're gonna close this out.
You tell me. I ask you. So I'm gonna find this while y'all think about it. Oh. Come, you don't want to take accountability. I said that's the accountability they're talking about. Y'all keep messing with these dudes and they keep telling y'all they don't like you. They keep showing y'all every day there is a blog post about a woman being killed by her intimate partner, whether she's pregnant or not. So how do you take accountability for that? You, because you're the most disrespected and the most whatever Malcolm X told y'all, the mantra that y'all love to say in unison.
Not understanding that words are powerful, especially in unison. Y'all go around chanting shit, no justice, no peace. Then wonder why that's all we get is no justice, no peace. Words is powerful. What you put out into the universe will manifest.
Out loud all the time, as if the power of the tongue doesn't bring that energy back into your space.
Okay.
Keep saying that shit if you want to. I don't agree with it,
and
I
all.
rebuke it in the name of Jesus. Okay. Y'all like to say shit in a man's name, so I rebuke it in the name of Jesus. But y'all love to say that. And for me, that is a comfortability in being a victim. Yeah, it is.
Yep.
So you take comfort in residing in victimhood.
Mm-hmm.
So they treat you a certain way. And they're not, and it's not just me, it's not just her. This is a global issue of how men are showing up and how they relate to women. How are women taking accountability and responsibility for how these men are showing up in relationships with y'all? How? I'm going to read what I said here, and I'm going to read some comments. This post is from probably over a year ago. And I'm literally yesterday, it was like a light bulb literally went off, and I was like, oh, that's what he's talking about. How do you take accountability? No, you want to scapegoat and say, but I'm straight. So they shouldn't be lying to us. And you still walk into the fucking house. You still walk into the house and set up shop and create a home there, even though you know it's a fire hazard. Even though the inspector has told you and showed you this at any point can catch on fire. And you're like, oh.
And to relate that back to the analogies that I was using about like the mice, saying, oh, they shouldn't be lying. It's the same thing as Erica's analogy about a house that's on fire. Y'all will go in and be like, well, the house shouldn't be catching on fire. It shouldn't be doing that. The restaurant shouldn't have roaches. It shouldn't be no roaches in my food. Oh, da, 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 da. And it's just like, no, but you see what it is.
Okay, well, when can I move in? The same with these men. You have all of this evidence. You have a file folder full of stuff about these men. It's specifically the BLACK ones. And y'all are still, because you've been programmed so deeply that you can't see your existence without a penis in proximity. Even though you have statistical evidence, anecdotal evidence, every day these public figures, they demonstrate what we're talking about. And yet, the way that you respond is by putting yourself in harm's way, by either partnering with them, marrying them. I don't know why you would do that, girl. Partnering with them, allowing them to enter your body, knowing that intimate partner violence rates looks the way it does, knowing that the HIV rates looks the way it does. You want to be able to say, he just lied to me. They should just live in their truth. I don't want to be with no, it's you say you don't want to be with bisexual men, yet y'all sleeping with bisexual men. Y'all sleeping with bisexual men and pansexual men, and you have no idea. You are hiding behind your sexuality as if it's protecting you. And you're not taking responsibility for it. You're not. Because the way, if the response I would anticipate seeing, knowing that there is a clear and present danger, I'm going to take another road. I'm not going to keep going down that road. I'm not going to keep trying to find the one who's not going to lie to you, trying to find the one who is not going to stick his raw dick in someone while he's promised you monogamy. You're still trying to find that one guy who the defect, you're Russell Wilson, y'all running around trying to find these men, and it's not, I don't know. I don't know what else to tell you. Y'all don't like it. And the way that I say things, y'all don't like it, but I'm not going to coddle you. Now, homegirl was over there not really saying the same thing, but saying the same thing is, why do you keep putting yourselves in close proximity with your greatest threat? And then like romanticizing it and saying that, oh, there are protectors and are providers. Everything else in this system is upside down and backwards and contradictory. So why do you think that your greatest threat can also protect and provide for you? Why? And then you look at married couples and you look at the women after they come out and they tell the truth. See, they lie and perform for society while they're in these relationships, suffering in silence. Because they have to put on a show. They can't show the people that I chose this path and the house, bitch, is on fire. I got to act like everything's fine. So I'm going to ask you again, how do you take accountability and responsibility to how Black men are showing up to race loyal, straight Black women? How do you take account? I don't need to take account for how he shows up. How do you show up?
And I'm going to stop it right there. Okay. Because circling it back around to the original point, it can't be, well, these men are sassy. These men are gay. These men are down low. Yeah, a lot of them might be. I don't think all. A lot of them might be, but it can't now shift to homophobia. That's my issue. It can't just now shift to homophobia. Let me go through the comments and then we're going to wrap this up. As a gay man who's non-DL, I agree with this wholeheartedly. I'm always telling my female friends to go on PrEP. Married men literally approach me all the time. Ladies, remember to protect your energy and put yourself first because men sure won't. This is why I haven't been with any man for 20 years. I don't know who is who, so I stopped. I'm 53 years with no gray hair. Valuing sex with your greatest threat. That line alone should wake women up and push them to think and protect themselves. Women need to value themselves and not sex. This topic hits close to home because I have many friends who are HIV. Okay, because I want to stray away from the whole HIV conversation, and you know, because that's not really my point. That's just an extra point that Erica was making for her video, which again still indirectly ties into, you know, this whole sassy man apocalypse. This is crazy, but so real. I have a friend that's constantly getting pregnant by random dudes. She loves to do group things with couples. I tell her it's so dangerous to do that. This is her, girl, I'm having fun. I tell her it's not fun to catch something. She claims they go get tested, but I don't believe her. I ask her what's wrong with celibacy. I'm celibate. She says, I'm not like you. You telling me you can't go without sex. Hey, she grown. All I can do is tell her. And she done had 3 abortions this year. Ooh. It's sad, of course. She's a distant friend because the stupidity runs rampant. And see, again, I just got to keep saying it. Okay? This is why I wanted to bring up other videos and other comments, because this girl just said that her friend had 3 abortions. This is probably the same female, right? The one that got 3 abortions is probably going around. Then the next man that she dates or whatever, let's say she tries to get into a relationship and then she has a baby and then he leaves or something like that. Then it'd be like, oh, it's because he gay, he's sassy, he this, he that. Like, it turns, niggas ain't shit. It turns into something else rather than just the accountability of it all. It's like, at what point do you focus on what it is that you're contributing to the situation? I love how you deconstructed the whole idea of accountability and responsibility. You are so right. I think part of the issue is when a person is talking about some sort of systematic issue, we could get bogged down thinking a person is addressing every single person in a situation. Exactly. And this is why I've said throughout the video, if it don't apply, let it fly. But recognize that there are other people that it does apply to, right? Because everything isn't about you personally. You may not do it, but there's other people who do. If I'm talking about, for instance, sexism and patriarchy, I'm going to talk in broad strokes and generalize. It can be annoying to have. Let me go ahead and zoom in. I know not every single man is this way. Wait, I know it could be. It could be annoying to have to say every other sentence. I know not every single man is this way, or I know this doesn't apply to every situation. If I'm trying to address the overall issue that's harming more people than it's not, that's what I'm going to talk about. And if you're listening to the argument in good faith, you should understand that I'm not talking about every single solitary person, but a general trend. And therefore, the advice may not apply to every single person, but may be good advice to follow in general. And that's all I mean with my video. Is every black woman out there homophobic and transphobic? No. But a lot are. In fact, most are. And if it's not you, congrats. But a lot are. And LGBT stuff aside, a lot of women have that whole mindset of, I'm going to just invoke violence, so I'm not going, learn the lessons. I'm not going to read the Yelp reviews, and niggas ain't shit. And it's just like, y'all are just as violent. But like this person said, is it every single person? No, but it is a trend that's out there, and that's all we're speaking on is the trend. If it doesn't apply to you, then it doesn't apply to you. But we cannot be, ignorant to the fact that there is a trend out there. And also bringing up what other people may do, that is null and void to the point that we're making with this video. This video isn't about what gay people do, what men be doing, because of course, everybody else got their shit too. Nobody is perfect. Everybody got their things. Taking accountability for how males treat women to me means not dealing with them at all. Oh, I say this as I'm washing dishes this morning. Thank you, Diva, for dragging us out the burning house. I know that's right. And I never understood why abstinence was considered off the table. If these zoos are not worthy of being replicated, and especially in male form, then they are not worthy of your body. I believe that there are many men who are pansexual, and we need to protect ourselves because we get blamed for everything. There is another way of us. This is another way of us taking responsibility for our actions. That statement kind of just contradicted itself, so I'm gonna just move on. The older I get, the more I realize how cult-like race loyalty is. I seriously think that some black women will marry black men at all costs. And I'm not saying it's bad to desire dating someone within your own community, but to put your personhood and health aside is crazy. The things I've heard some of us black women do to be in close proximity with black men is alarming. I want us all to be happy in healthy relationships with ourselves first and others. But some of this has to stop. It's literally killing us. And that's all I'm saying. That is all I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? As women, we should take accountability for how XYS treat us. The trick XYs would, I think they saying men. Okay, the trick men would like us to buy into is that they want us to regard each of them as an individual instead of a collective. When it comes how we decide to take responsibility when it comes to setting boundaries Boundaries, they want us to give each of them a chance individually instead of a woman saying that if you as a man in general can't pass the bar, you won't even be considered. We're responsible for what we allow. So the responsibility part for us is who we allow access to us, who we allow to share space with us, who we allow to call on us for support. My issue is that I have decentered men, but finding friendship that have also. I love my women friends, but they get on my nerves. But I refuse to say anything when they complain because they will label me bitter when I tell them to leave them alone. I don't hate them, just don't want to deal with them. Whew. Yeah. I think people are hearing the word responsibility and their brains are computing it to blame, which is understandable, but unhelpful because blame can induce shame, which can spiral you into a myriad of destructive behaviors. Women, train yourself to hear the word responsibility and convert it to the ability to respond. If we know that there are... Child, I thought that was Amber Rose. If we know that there are people in our midst who will lie regardless, or cheat regardless, or harm regardless, then we have to ask ourselves, what is my ability to respond to the situation? And after we answer that question, another question to ask is my response someone what is my response something that I would answer that question? Another question. Girl, what are they saying? Hold on. Is my response someone that I would tell my best friend? I need people to proofread. Okay. Is my response something that I would tell my best friend or my child to do? The reason I pose that question is because many of us struggle with being on our own team. We could get the best advice to others, but we can't follow it for ourselves. Doing that is self-love and action. Be on your own team, however that may look for you. Don't outsource it to other people. Child, I guess. Just to go ahead and wrap this video up.
Was kid everything, but that marked one of the darkest chapters.
I just wanted to see what people have been saying lately on TikTok.
To you, but these are two things that make a nigga sassy. So the act of a man blocking you on social media is not sassy. What's sassy is when he blocks you and then he unblocks you. Because what he's saying is he don't got the ability to stand for nothing. Because we all know a man only goes as far as blocking a woman when you done had to say some disrespectful shit or did some OD shit that he can't even look at your ass the same. You must have really hurt, bro. So when a man block you and unblock you, it's saying a couple things about him. One is saying he ain't got respect for himself because he's willing to allow a woman that has disrespected him another opportunity to disrespect him again. It's also proof that he can't find nobody to replace you. And some of y'all women get a weird gag out of that, like, oh, I'm so different. He gonna always want me. No, shawty, don't nobody want him. You valuable to a nigga that has no value. The second thing that make a nigga sassy is a nigga that say, I'm gonna match energy. The fuck? That don't even sound right. As a man, you supposed to be the leader. You don't allow her to say.
Every guy, but we are in a sassy man apocalypse, so you know. The men going into their soft girl era, these niggas need to tighten the fuck up. Put your big boy pants on. Don't nobody want no soft ass nigga. And that don't mean you gotta be from the trenches. That don't mean you gotta be in the streets or whatever. I need me a man who can make me feel secure in my femininity. I want to feel like I could surrender myself to you. Like you could take full sense of dominancy and I could just fall back and be a pretty bitch. You understand what I'm saying? But we are in the same.
And what's crazy is I love Lay Banks and I love her music.
Bro, are you serious right now? You really taking a nap? And you got a silk pillow, nigga? You sassy as hell.
Man, get your ass up.
Bro, and you washing your face with the brush. You are sassy, bro. Look at you. Bro, and you doing your hair. You are sassy. I know you lying. And you taking a picture. You are sassy, bro.
How the fuck is taking a picture sassy?
Look at him. Bro, you really had to pull in You're sassy, bro. You don't do that.
Get your ass.
Sassy man Apocolypse. Sassy men are so up right now. We've been.
And that's the crazy thing too, because we could get into a whole other conversation about how black men are the ones not allowed to be sassy. Because remember when this motherfucker, hey 444, hey Spirit, what's up? We get into a whole conversation about the way that this man went viral all of last year, got everybody doing his dance. Well, not his dance, but the dance I guess he made popular. You know, we stick up the two L's, me and Twin, we be vibing. Yeah. But then y'all turn around and go right back into your own community and then call y'all niggas all types of punk, sissy, faggot. Like, but everybody was in his DMs thirsting. Apocolypse is crazy, but I forgive you, Pookie. That's a big word for Elmo. Sassy men on top because it's the way they act. Oh, these is kids.
I am a soft, sassy, or feminine man, and one thing I realized a while ago is that my masculinity has nothing to do with my sexuality. And I think that's one of the biggest.
And that's the point that a lot of people need to understand. Your masculinity or your femininity has nothing to do with your sexuality. Everybody's masculine and feminine.
Contributors to this idea of toxic masculinity is defining people's sexuality for them based off the way they express themselves or the way that we assign gender to expression.
Like, for instance, I will carry this bag around. Some people may call it a purse, but it is just a very convenient way for me not to carry things around my pocket anymore.
Because what does carrying a purse around, getting my toes done, or taking care of myself have to do with my sexuality?
I mean, even though he's reading as gay, to me, he's reading as gay, to me. We're going to go with what he's saying, because what he's saying still stands.
And I've never been more secure in my masculinity or sexuality, but I had to stop living up to society's definition of either. I am a soft, sassy.
Okay, so the ladies are back with their sassy list. Okay, now this is what makes a man sassy part 2. Ladies, let me know if I left anything out. This list is crazy. Watch. So good handwriting, you sassy. If you got a nose ring, you sassy. If you eating a hot dog in public, you sassy. If you keep blocking her number every time you get an attitude, you sassy. If you wearing pants tighter than hers, you sassy. If you wearing that dangly earring, you sassy. If you have a man purse, a fanny pack, you sassy. If you always on the shade room, all up in the comments, you sassy. If you want her to chase you, you sassy. Being a women business, you sassy. If you flip your head back when your dreads get in your face, you sassy. It's giving easy breezy cover girl. Ladies, I'm supposed to just let the dreads stand up. Like, if you squint in all your pictures, you sassy. Me making this list is sassy. Blowing bubbles when you chewing gum, sassy. Holding the steering wheel upside down, ladies, putting your hands on your hips, sassy. Hanging with your homeboys every day, sassy. Saying quotes like bros over hoes, sassy. This is what the ladies talking about, y'all. This is the ladies list. Ladies list, I'm telling you. All ladies want us to do is go to war, build houses, and pay bills. That's all we can do. That's all. Okay, so the ladies.
Right. And I wish I could say that this was a joke, but I've heard so many women. It's not a joke. It's not a joke. So many women like actually think like this and believe this. And again, when they don't get what they want, then all of a sudden somebody's gay, and then that a homophobic, the rainbow community is catching strays, and just y'all get the point by now. Y'all get the point by now. And again, it's not to say that you can't have certain desires and wants. That, like, if you don't want a man that's dressing in skirts and painting fingernails, I get that, girl. I get that. I totally get that. But what I don't get is you seeing a man, or you trying to date a man that you assume is straight, and he dressed a little weird, or it's something about him that may make you think that he's gay, then you being homophobic. That's what's never going to fly. Everybody's entitled to their preference. And even with that, I would urge people to, the same way that women be like, well, what made him want white women? Where does that really come from? I would urge you to think about where your preference comes from. Why do you feel like you have to have this type of man, or a man that is this race, or this skin tone, this color, that big of a, like, where you get your preferences from? Because that'd be another reason that be keeping people back from love. Again, you thinking that your man, your husband, is supposed to be black, and whole time he might be Indian, Pakistani. Okay, you thinking that he's supposed to be 6'5", whole time he might be 5'3". You thinking he's supposed to be the protector and provider. Little do you know, you about to be on the come up and about to be the next Queen Latifah. And he's supposed to be the shorty in the background holding you down. Like Tabitha Brown and her husband. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just never know. But because people aren't as open-minded, they immediately, automatically jump to homophobia. And that is an issue. Open your minds. Stop centering these men. And that's it. That's it. I gave y'all too long of a video. You're welcome. I like each and every one of y'all, allegedly. I'll see y'all in the next one.
I'm bad, I'm pretty, hot to ditty. Big ass shape, any sick ass city. Pussy on fire, cause she stay giving kitty. Bring the whole talent every time I'm in your city. I'm the bitch that you wanna be round. See, I'm the bitch, I'm the one with the crown. And I'm the bitch bringing cake by the pound. Have me on my knees, every day blinds, bitch, I'm going down. Deadly ass mouth, though, game is a killer. Stomach is available to be a babysitter. No need to be shy, put the thing up in. And nothing wrong with a late night.
The men going into their soft girl era, these niggas need to tighten.
Shake that thing in the middle. Ass so fat, and it tastes like Skittles. Turn the shit